Yes, we are rolling shotgun on set. We're live. We're live right now?
Shut up. Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to your favorite news outlet, Humanity Today.
As always, I'm John Jules.
And I'm Max Malik.
Today, we have a wildly interesting new report coming straight out of Princeton University's most successful professors and historians.
The new report heavily suggests that countries with increased nationalistic tendencies oftentimes have disproportionately high amounts of human rights violations that are carried out through the use of highly advanced technologies.
That's crazy.
To give further insight on this view-altering report, we've sent our investigative reporter, Peter Drake, to interview world-renowned professor Dr. Tyler Chase, who is responsible for this study's publication.
And here they are now. Hey, John and Max. I'm here live from Princeton University, and with me is Dr. Chase. Dr. Chase.
Hi.
What is it exactly that made Princeton think that there's a correlation between high amounts of nationalism and human rights violations?
Well, we looked at the countries with historically the most human rights violations, and we found, it's just like the Nazi Germany and the China that is from the present day. It's very, very much, yes.
Germany and China. Those two are pretty far apart, don't you think?
Geographically, they are very far apart, yes, but this is not geographical, the nationalistic tendencies, they are not so far apart, it's not, it's very similar, yes.
And how are they similar?
Well, Peter, in Nazi Germany, the citizens that were absolutely devastated post-World War One. Their country was in ruins. It was in the ruins, and all citizens wanted to see a strong, united Germany once again. And some turned to communism. The citizens, of course, they turned into communism. While others fought for nationalism and fascism. This allowed figures like Hitler to take advantage and of the chaos and rise to the power. Wow. Instantly, he utilized strong sense of nationalism and desire for Germany to be something great, and made a scapegoat for why they weren't great. In this case, this was the Jewish population. He used his loyal subjects and nationalist citizens to exterminate the Jewish population in Germany without being questioned. He was not questioned or stopped by anybody. Okay, Peter? Nobody, I'm telling you. Nobody stopped him. No. The nationalism was so strong that it became viewed that all the state's well-being was more important than the human rights that were not being guaranteed by anybody. Oh, so sad. It makes me want to cry. Shed tear, It's
Okay,
very,
right, but
very sad,
what about China? China's a communist country, which is the opposite of fascism.
Indeed. But communism, there can still be lots of nationalism within the communist way, We saw this in the USSR during World War One and now modern day China. Even as previously mentioned, many people in Germany argued for communism before Hitler's takeover. Recently, the Chinese press and social media have been pushing out nationalist and pro-state propaganda for its citizens, which allows these violations to happen without being questioned by their citizens. These violations include constant surveillance, which limits freedom of speech about the government in general, and just freedom and speech in general. Yes, it's very sad. I cannot believe it. It's very sad. And these violations also include the genocide that we are seeing in the Xinjiang region of the China, targeting the Uyghur Muslim minority, and they're being targeted due to China's constant surveillance. And it's very sad because they're being killed, and make me want to cry. He's not, so I tell you guys, I want. Oh, do it.
I see. Does technology enable these governments to commit these massive violations of human rights?
What a stupid question. Absolutely, it does. If we look at Nazi Germany, it was one of the most technologically advanced countries in the time in terms of military technology, of course. They were able to kill many people at unbelievably high rates. It's insane, I'm telling you. It also allows the government to pump out lots and lots and lots of propaganda like you've never seen before, Peter. I'm telling you, you're not very experienced, but I am. I know. This is my study, guys. It's my study. It also, they pump out lots of propaganda. Germany during World War II, and they were allowed to keep what they were doing hidden from the rest of the world because of their high technology. It's very, very sad, It's not something to laugh about.
And what about China?
China. Well, I thought I told you this, but China is also one of the most technologically advanced countries right now in the world. Not the universe, but in the world. I have hunches about aliens, but it's fine. And, their surveillance systems are next generation technology, the likes of which are very rare to see. And it's difficult to keep tabs on an entire population, especially when it consists of 1.4 billion people like China, is almost as much as mother weighs, but it's okay. The way they pump out propaganda through the press and the social media requires lots of technology and people on board. It's overall nationalism is very strong, and it's strongly increased that these technologies. Technology just really makes nationalism stronger, especially when propaganda is about and out and about. It's insane. But it allows these countries to get away with these human rights violations because their citizens are not going to question them. There aren't many human rights there, and it's very clear to see, plain as day, I tell you, that nationalism is very, very much, very much caused by causes human rights violations, and it's very very cool. Yes, I'm right. I'm always right. So
I see. Well, thank you for the interview, Dr. Chase. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime, Peter.
Wow, that's unreal. I would have never realized that.
Indeed, what an interesting point.
Well, I'm Max.
And I'm John. And we're signing off. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's showing of Humanity Today.
Thank you.